Wow, man, like, where do I start today's show? God damn, so many things. Girl, George Santos. He lost his job, y'all. How you get fired on a Friday on your day off? Hey, and this gives us a great opportunity to introduce a new correspondent coming from our Rockford office, Mr. Marcos Lara. Marcos, you have kind of a different perspective on the George Santos thing. Break it down, bruh.
George Santos is in big trouble for illegally spending his campaign funds. So you're telling me that a gay, Latino, right-winger was lavishly spending all this money and no Morrissey concert tickets? No mama's way.
Fuck, that is it's a really good point. Okay, new what happened news. Let's go. Y'all want to see a dead body? Y'all want to see a dead body?
Y'all want to see a dead body?
I'll tell you why I'm here. I'm here to tell the truth about the Biden-Harris record and also compare and contrast Ron DeSantis' record and the Republican Party's record as a point of contrast that's as different as daylight and darkness. You want to bring us back to a pre-1960s world, America in reverse. You want to roll back hard-earned national rights on voting rights, on civil rights, on LGBTQ rights, on women's rights, not just access to abortion, but also access to contraception. You want to weaponize grievance. You are focusing on false separateness. You in particular, Ron, are on a banning binge, a cultural purge, intimidating and humiliating people you disagree with. You and President Trump are really trying to light democracy on fire. So, Sean, there are profound differences tonight, and I look forward to engaging them. But there's one thing, in closing, that we have in common, is neither of us will be the nominee for our party in 2024.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I'm the only guy here that's a border state governor. You're trolling folks and trying to find migrants to play political games, try to get some news and attention so you can out-Trump Trump. And by the way, how's that going for you, Ron? You're down 41 points in your own home state.
Oh, shit!
I said this a long time ago in an earlier episode. Hey, Ron DeSantis, whoever you got working for you, them people don't like you, man. The people who you got, like, who running your campaign, they don't like you for real, dog. They not your friends. Because why the fuck would they put you on stage with Governor Gavin Newsom? Even on Fox News, it was a bad idea. Look, I don't think I'm a bad-looking dude, but I'm not going to debate Morris Chestnut on anything. On TV, I don't give a fuck what channel. It could be a channel run by my family. The women in my family love me dearly. They like Morris Chestnut more. So you put Gavin Newsom, AKA young Joe Biden. He looks just like he looks like he's a fucking genetic clone of Joe Biden. Look at him side to side. He looks like young Joe Biden. He looks like alternative universe Joe Biden, 40 years younger or some shit, or 30 years younger, however much younger he is, right? You put that tall, handsome, charming motherfucker next to short, creepy Ron DeSantis. Whose idea was this? So Gavin Newsom is 6'3". And Ron DeSantis, you wanna know how short Ron DeSantis is? Watch this. Hey Google, how tall is Ron DeSantis?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Now, I am not in the game of advising Republicans on how to be better candidates, but Ron DeSantis, get new people, man. Like, for real. Get new motherfucking people. Hire new people, man. They don't love you, dog. They don't give a fuck about you at all. Man, it was a bad day for white men, which, that's a great day around here. Elon Musk lost his damn mind. Check this out.
There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger today.
I hope they stop.
You hope?
Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f yourself.
But
go f yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
well, let me ask you then.
That's how I feel. Don't advertise.
How do you think then about the economics of X? If part of the underlying model, at least today, and maybe it needs to shift, maybe the answer is it needs to shift away from advertising. If you believe that this is the one part of your business where you will be beholden to those who have this view, what do you do?
F-Y.
I understand that, but there's a reality too, right?
Yes, no.
I mean, Linda Yaccarino's right here, and she's got to sell advertising.
Absolutely. So, no, totally. No. Actually, what this advertising boycott is going to do, it's going to kill the company.
And do you think that
and the whole world will know that those advertisers killed the company, and we will document it in great detail.
But those advertisers, I imagine, are going to say we didn't kill the company.
Oh yeah.
They're going to say
tell it to Earth.
But they're going to say, Elon, that you killed the company because you said these things and that they were inappropriate things and that they didn't feel comfortable on the platform, right? That's what they're going to say.
And let's see how Earth responds to that.
This nigga's so rich, he think he could just talk directly to Earth. Just all the Earth. Earth, what do you have to say? Like he was expecting Earth to respond to something. Earth will say something about this. The fuck are you talking about, man? Look, I get it. Elon Musk is worth about $250 billion, right? Okay? $250 billion. I guess you worth $250 billion. You can tell Disney, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? You can go fuck yourself. Whatever you say. You can do that. But, dog, that's Disney. That's Disney, my dude. Do you have any idea how loyal Disney people are? You know what I'm saying? Like, if Disney becomes anti-Tesla because you just told Bob to go fuck himself, you know how, like, Pixar movies are about to have your competitors in the motherfucking movies, okay? The Avengers, whatever car that compares to Tesla, whoever comes out with a car that's even close to competing with a Tesla, that motherfucker finna be the Avengers' #1 car. They gonna figure out a way to put that motherfucker in Star Wars. Boba Fett gonna be driving that bitch. Everybody go over the motherfuckers. Man, Tesla finna become a footnote in history, man. You might have started the electric car revolution and just fucked it because you got an ego, because you got your feelings, because nobody wants to go to your Nazi hate party, man. Damn. Oh wow! Like I knew fumbling the bag with Twitter. Like that's cool. It's 41 billion. You still got 200 billion left. But when you tell Disney to fuck off, I don't know, man. They trendsetters, baby. Also, let me show you how awkward that whole room was. Okay, when he said that shit, that room had the exact same energy as when Will Smith said, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth." It was the exact same energy. The first time he said, go fuck yourself, the whole room was quiet. The second time he said it, you hear laughter in the background, but that ain't like Dave Chappelle just said a hot punchline laughter. That was more like, is this nigga serious right now? Like people were very uncomfortable laughing about how they wanted to get out of the room. That was that energy. That's what that energy was.
You're gonna try to blackmail me with advertising? Blackmail me with money? Go f yourself.
But
go f yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is.
Oh yeah, and then he said this dumb shit.
how worried are you that the unionization effort that just took place well, I shouldn't say effort, but the new wages and the like at GM and Ford, that they're coming for you? And they are coming for you. What is that going to mean to you and your business?
Well, I think it's generally not good to have an adversarial relationship between people in line, one group at the company and another group. In fact, I disagree with the idea of unions, but perhaps for a reason that is different than people may expect, which is I just don't like anything which creates kind of a lords and peasants sort of thing. And I think the unions naturally try to create negativity in a company and create a sort of lords and peasants situation.
He said unions do that. Unions creating lords and peasants situation. But check out the work conditions and the shit going on in his plants. And you tell me who's creating what kind of conditions for who.
So in pretty big news, Tesla was removed today from the S&P 500's ESG index, which is a fancy way of saying it's a way companies are recommended to investors based on ethical qualifications. And in totally normal behavior, Elon Musk tweeted this meme, blaming Tesla's removal on the leftist agenda. Let's read the official statement on why they were removed. 2 separate events around claims of racial discrimination and poor working conditions at its Fremont factory, as well as its handling of the investigation into the multiple deaths and injuries linked to its autopilot vehicles. But sure, let's blame the leftist agenda instead of taking any real accountability.
Yeah, so remember how Elon Musk absolutely hates unions? Like, really just absolutely hates unions. Well, so last week, Tesla workers in Sweden hit the company with the first strike in its history. And Elon will be so pleased to know that that strike is actually now expanding. So instead of just the mechanics striking, dock workers in Sweden are going to be blockading all Tesla shipments. Electricians Union is going to stop servicing Tesla charging stations nationwide. And union maintenance workers are refusing to clean Tesla facilities. All because Elon refuses to sign a collective bargaining agreement. And this is all happening on top of Sean Fain saying that he wants to unionize Tesla in the United States, after he just won a historic contract for the auto workers. Solidarity forever.
The construction workers who built this gigafactory in Texas are suing Tesla. While Elon Musk led a celebration of the factory in a cowboy hat and sunglasses, those who built it have reported dangerous and hazardous working conditions, on-site accidents, and wage theft. Specific examples of the working conditions include workers being told to work on the metal roof at night with no lights, on top of turbines that were blowing smoke without protective masks, and on a flooded floor with live wiring and cords in the water. and one worker reportedly remembered telling his wife that he was going to die in this factory. Other whistleblowers are complaining that they weren't paid enough or given proper overtime compensation. And this isn't the first time Tesla has been called out for dangerous working conditions. Between 2014 and 2018, the company acquired over $236,000 in fines for occupational safety and health administration violations. Earlier this year, workers at the auto manufacturer's Gigafactory in China were reportedly made to sleep on site and work 12-hour shifts 6 days per week. Tesla has also been accused of fostering a toxic workplace culture.
Oh yeah, about that $200 billion he got. Between union strikes, lawsuits, the slow death of Twitter that we watch happening, and if Disney decides to go to war with this motherfucker, like Ron DeSantis, there are people polling ahead, 50 points ahead of Ron DeSantis in his own state. Not just Donald Trump. If you took Donald Trump off the list, Nikki Haley is like 50 points ahead of this motherfucker. And he got into a fight with Disney. You don't think those two things are related? I believe they are. Now, I'm not saying Disney caused it, but Disney had a part in it. Like, they helped push that shit. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole bunch of shit pushing that wagon down the road. But Disney had a wheel, okay? Disney was behind like the driver's side wheel. The driver's side tire pushing, you know? And the same shit finna happen to Elon, baby. It's gonna be beautiful, man. I really would love to watch $250 billion go up in dust. That shit would be fucking mwah. And then it was also a bad week for Senator Scott Perry. Turns out this motherfucker was conspiring on all kind of shit. A lot of his messages got leaked, his personal text messages about January 6th, and I believe he's an unindicted co-conspirator. I'm trying to figure out how the fuck this dude is unindicted, unless he's snitching his ass off and just starts singing like a bird behind the scenes, and we just don't know about that yet. Based off these messages, he should be locked up already. Check this shit out.
Scott, pardon me, Perry's conspiracy is showing. Let's talk about that, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kershaw here. Congressman Scott, pardon me, Perry's conspiracy is showing. Here's the new reporting. Headline, Scott Perry's texts reveal details about efforts to overturn Trump's loss in 2020. And that article begins, as Representative Scott Perry was making clear he wanted to contest Donald Trump's loss of the presidency in the 2020 election, his conversations with a Justice Department official took him inside the then president's management of the agency. Perry's text messages, revealed for the first time in court filings on Wednesday, included several communications in late December 2020 and early January 2021 with DOJ's Jeffrey Clark, a Trump appointee sympathetic to contesting the election, as Trump considered installing Clark as Attorney General. Perry texted Clark, quote, POTUS seems very happy with your response. I read it just as you dictated, according to court records. Then Clark responded, I'm praying. This makes me quite nervous and wonder if I'm worthy or ready. Quote, you are the man. I have confirmed it, Perry wrote back late at night on December 30th, 2020. Quote, God does what he does for a reason. The messages represent the never-before-seen extent to which Perry and Clark discussed Clark's ascendance in Trump's sphere as the then-president sought ways to hold on to his elected office. And remember, friends, Jeffrey Clark, former high DOJ official, Jeffrey Clark is now an indicted co-conspirator with Donald Trump in the Georgia RICO case. He's one of Donald Trump's criminal associates, one of his co-defendants. Remember, Jeffrey Clark joined Trump's conspiracy to try to overturn the results of the 2020 election, and Jeffrey Clark went about corrupting and weaponizing the Department of Justice. He took one step in the direction of trying to consummate the crime, what we call an overt act, by drafting letters to the battleground states, essentially urging them to, go the fake elector route, right? That's one way to keep Trump in power. And he falsely represented in those draft letters that, DOJ has grave concerns about election fraud. No, it didn't. There was no factual or legal support for that. So yes, Jeffrey Clark was one of Donald Trump's criminal associates, co-conspirators, and he is now a formally indicted co-defendant in the RICO prosecution in Georgia. And this is the guy that Scott, pardon me, Perry, was trying to help install as the acting attorney general to help Donald Trump corruptly retain power. So the only question I have, based on this new revelation, is for DOJ. Are you ready to indict Scott, pardon me, Perry yet? Why do I call him Scott, pardon me, Perry? Because he requested a presidential pardon. Why? Undoubtedly, because he knew he committed crimes on and around January 6th, and he wanted to get away with those crimes. And you know what we call these kind of text messages, these written communications back and forth between Scott Perry and Jeffrey Clark? We call them co-conspirator statements, made during the course of and in furtherance of the conspiracy to criminally keep Donald Trump in power. And those co-conspirator statements are admissible against all members of the conspiracy. So DOJ, it just kind of feels like it might be time to indict Scott, pardon me, Perry.
That's all for today. Thanks for all your likes, your follows, your subscriptions, your snaps, your DMs, your telling your friends. Hey, the hearts, the stars, everything you do counts, and we appreciate it. Please keep supporting us. Tell a friend, share this. You know how this works.